Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats from Popternative here, speaking to Nina Arianda about the final season of Goliath, which is going to be available on Amazon Prime September 24th. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
It's calm before the storm a little bit, the final season. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, nostalgic, sad, but also very exciting because this is really, I think, the finest season.
And this is it. This is the final season. Absolutely. Have you thought about goals or accomplishments with your character, specifically looking back at the 4 seasons of this?
Definitely, yeah. And I think that this last season really rounds her off in a really beautiful way because she really is trying to live in her own abilities and her own talents. And I think it's going to be very satisfying for the audience.
What was your mindset when you signed on to a project like this? A legal drama, there's a lot happening in this. I'm just curious what the mindset was when you signed on for season 1 for this.
Sure. I heard you're going to work with Billy Bob Thornton. And I don't really think there's much more to talk about after that.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the rest.
Yeah.
When we look at this final season, have you thought about takeaways, what you're hoping people get out of it with the final season of Goliath, Nina?
Sure. I hope really in general, I hope that altogether we had a lot of fun for the past 4 seasons. And I hope that people appreciate the humanity behind this team. That's Billy's team. And just good stories. I think that's what it's really all about, is telling good stories. So it's been a privilege.
And the final season is going to drop, and instantly it's going to be able to have a global audience. So many countries around the world are going to have a chance to see this. Does it still blow your mind where content is right now, Nina, how global it really is? It's pretty amazing.
Oh, for me, it certainly is. I'm pretty I live in my own little world. So I sometimes forget that what I do is being recorded. So it I have this it blows my mind every time. I'm like, oh, everyone's going to see what I just did. Yeah. So I'm a special case though. But yeah, I actually think it's very cool that it's global on both ends. I love watching international shows myself and getting a taste of what other people are into around the world.
Absolutely. And you talked a little bit about, working with Billy Bob Thornton on this project. What were some learning experiences for yourself working on Goliath? I'm curious about that a little bit.
Sure. Billy's such a class act and he's such a veteran in the game that any time that I was in a scene with him, unfortunately, I did lose focus sometimes because it's pretty mesmerizing to watch someone who has such a lived in performance and who's so generous at the same time. I think that's a beautiful combination and anyone should be so grateful as to work with someone like Billy.
Absolutely. When you wrap a project like this, which has a lot happening, and the developments of the characters are so dynamic and complex, do you want to work on other projects like this? Does it what's the mindset now that season 4 is coming out? Is your mindset now we got to get another project like Goliath similar? Because there is a lot happening. It's such a great season, such a series in that regard.
Oh, for sure. No, I think for me, it's I would never, compare anything to Goliath in a sense, because it was such a special journey for me.
Yep.
And no, I think after so many years with such an incredible crew and cast, I think one can take a moment and marinate on the experience and kind of live in the gratitude a bit before thinking of the next project.
Absolutely. Nina, thank you.
I have a mortgage, so we do that.
Absolutely. Nina, thank you so much for your time. And everyone's going to be able to see the final season on Amazon Prime very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.